Chapter 15. Who, who's there? I called, but my voice caught in my throat. Is anybody up there? Z called to the stage. No reply. Another footstep. Brian took a step back. He grabbed the back of his seat and held on. He's back there, Zeke said, leaning close to me, his eyes excited. I know he's back there. Where? I demanded, choking out the word. It was hard to talk with my heart in my throat. I stared up at the stage. I couldn't see anyone. I jumped when I heard another cough. And then a clanking sound rose up over the stage and echoed through the auditorium. At first I thought the trapdoor was about to move. Was someone riding up on it? Was the phantom about to rise in front of our eyes? No. I cried out when I saw the backdrop begin to unfurl. The clanking sound grew louder. The backdrop was slowly being lowered at the back of the stage. Who is doing it? I whispered. Who on earth is sending it down? Zeke and Brian stared straight ahead and didn't reply. Zeke's mouth was wide open. His eyes didn't blink. Brian gripped the back of the chair with both hands. The painted backdrop clanked down, unrolling as it lowered. All three of us gasped as we saw what had been done to it. It had been a great brick theater wall. Brian and several other kids had worked for days on it, sketching it out, then painting it brick by brick. Who did that to my painting? Brian cried out. Zeke and I remained staring at it in silent horror. The gray wall had been covered with red paint splotches and thick red smears. It looked as if someone had dipped a white brush in red paint, then smeared and stabbed it all over the backdrop. It's ruined, Brian declared shrilly. Zeke was the first to move. He raised his hands to the stage forward and pulled himself up onto the stage. Brian and I followed after him. Who's here? Zeke called out, cupping his hands around his mouth. Who's in here? Silence. Someone is here, I knew. Someone had to lower that backdrop so that we could see what had been done to it. Who's here? Where are you? Zeke repeated. Again, no reply. We moved closer, making our way slowly, keeping close together. As we stepped up to it, words came into view. They were scrawled across the bottom, thick letters in heavy red paint. I stopped and squinted to read the message in the dim light. Stay away from my home sweet home. Whoa, I murmured. I felt a chill roll down my back. Then I heard a side door being pulled open. All three of us turned away from the backdrop in time to see a figure step into the auditorium. We cried out in surprise when we saw who it was.